Welcome to The Clean Truth, where we like to call bullshit on the status quo. What is up? Welcome back to another episode of The Clean Truth. I'm Don, I'm your host. Silver Fox is back.
I'm back, baby.
So this is a little unorthodox version of how we're going to do this podcast. We're coming at you from my garage. One of the biggest trends I think right now, especially with everything and all the bullshit that's going on right now, everybody's trying to build their home gym.
100%.
So I thought it would be cool to do an episode from the garage here, from our gym. Obviously, those of you that are listening, you're not going to be able to see this, but if you go to YouTube, it'll be on YouTube. We'll do a little tour of the home gym here, and then all I wanted to do was kind of give people an idea of how they can do this themselves really cheap.
I agree.
You know, I mean, we post a lot of videos and we post a lot of workouts from here, and a lot of people see it. And I mean, I am pretty proud of what I've built in here, but you know, a lot of people can do this very inexpensively. It does not take a lot of money to do what we did. I mean, the rack that we're sitting in front of, yeah, that was an investment on my part, and it was something I wanted to do, and it's something that I'm proud to own. But I think it's easy for people to think that, oh, I don't have the money, I can't build a home gym. That's not true. That's not true at all.
It was funny when I woke up this morning and sent you a text, and it was Facebook reminded us what 2 years ago we worked out on a Sunday down here, and it was just funny to kind of like laugh and sit back. And you know, I can remember when we painted these walls, and it's definitely been a 2-year evolution process, but you never did anything like all at once per se. Like it was all just slow and steady.
Absolutely. We just finished up a leg workout here, and I posted a video of the J squats that we were just doing, and a guy messaged me and was like, you know, amped up over the J squat. He was like, that is so fucking awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, man. And he, what he told me was that he was going to, when all this was over, he was going to build, you know, a gym like mine. You know, he wanted a place that he could train. And I was like, well, listen, man, rule number one is do it over time. Like, I built this thing over time. It ain't nothing that I just went out and dropped 30 grand on a bunch of equipment. That didn't happen.
Not at all.
I mean, I started this with that little Rogue box sitting over there, and it was like $300 on Craigslist.
Yeah.
So it can definitely be done very economically, and I know with times going on and everything that's going on right now, everybody's trying to do this. Nobody can find equipment. Who would have thought that the garage gym
lifestyle,
taboo lifestyle would be the popular thing ever? You know what I mean? So
it's amazing.
All right. Well, one thing that I wanted to do was just talk about a couple things that we use on a regular, everyday basis here that are available anywhere. You can buy shit at Walmart, Home Depot, you know, whatever. And the first thing is these little clips. What I'm doing is holding a little garage clip, like screws into the wall.
Yeah, a little wall mount.
Yeah, a little wall mount screw. I mean, these are good for bands, belts. Scott, if you point over there, all my belts are over there hanging off of it. 80 cents, Walmart. I mean, you don't have to go online and buy, you know, branded
for sure
wall hooks.
If you don't have that garage that has exposed beams, there's so many little attachments at Home Depot that, like you said, are under $10 that can be a nice mount up top and down low.
The other thing is these little spring-loaded clips here too. We've got these a couple other places in here, but again, $1, Home Depot.
Yep. It's amazing what you can do in the little storage bin kind of section in Home Depot. I think you've done that over time, like find new ways to get creative. And like we said, 2 years ago, we were attaching bands to whatever we possibly could just to create new exercises.
Just to create tension to do an exercise.
For sure.
Another one I'm sitting here looking at is this 2x12 behind you.
We use that a lot.
Looks kind of funny, don't it? Well, I mean, you can't see the Smith machine sitting behind Scott, but we used it for calf raises 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Just something to elevate your feet. And
we've used it to kind of create distance from the wall to do banded rows and all sorts of things. But yeah, a 2x4, 2x6, like it doesn't have to be weighted things. I think we figured out that just using a 2x4 elevating our heels has been beneficial and, again, cost effective, elevating our toes and doing exercises. So yeah, it's amazing when you can do some lumber and some hooks.
Another one I got right here in terms of recovery is just a 6-inch PVC pipe from Home Depot.
Yep.
I just went there and cut 4 foot of it off.
You've had that
2
forever.
feet, whatever.
You've had that forever.
Yeah, and it's because the little foam rollers that are over there, I crush them when I lay on them. I always wear them things out. And I don't ever get the same pressure than what I would with a solid ass pipe like this. This hurts,
Yep.
but it does a job. And it was $2.
It's awesome.
I mean,
And they'll cut it. And they'll cut it for you at Home
yeah,
Depot.
they'll cut it for you. But that, I mean, just stuff like that. You got to be creative. If you don't have a creative mind, you're gonna be searching for a while. But it doesn't take a lot of money, man. No.
Yeah, and things are definitely overpriced right now, don't you feel? Like Facebook, I feel like Marketplace or Craigslist, you can
Oh,
still
yeah.
find a few deals.
They're out there
But-
trying to rip people off to try to
Mhm.
sell their garage gym equipment because on a normal basis they'd never be able to get rid of it.
So I would say don't overpay. What do you think
Yeah.
what do you think the best price per pound is? For normal, not times like this. Like what should it be?
I don't really know, man. I mean, I think it just depends on what it is.
Maybe $1.
Yeah,
sometimes a little more.
Around that dollar per pound range, I think would be a fair price for just about anything. You know, if it's something a little bit better quality, you're going to be in the $1.50 range,
Yeah.
I think.
How much rust does it have on it? Pretty much.
Yeah. But even that, I mean, shit, talk about rust. If you look behind us, all these orange plates, you know.
We started out with those are
I
super
took
rusty.
that idea from you and Kyle at UNCW. We just took them. I took them out back and spray painted them
Yeah.
to get the rust off, and they look pretty good.
The great thing about, the metal plates is if you can find them for a good price,
You can refinish them.
for very
For sure,
cheap, very
yeah.
cheap, and they almost look better than brand new what they originally were looking like.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I did a post online the other day, and I said, somebody asked me, do I ever plan on going back to train at a gym? I didn't do a gym here at my garage because I didn't want to be around people and I didn't want to go train anywhere. I did this out of strict convenience, really.
For sure.
I mean, with the schedule that Yvonne and I have and our daily routine, it's so easy to come down here at 6 o'clock in the morning, bang out a workout, and be done. And I don't have to worry about the rest of the day because where we live at, we're not conveniently located anywhere near a gym. We'd have
Right.
to drive 20 minutes. Well, 20 minutes may not sound that bad to a lot of people, but from where we're located, 20 minutes is kind of a pain in the butt. So
Right, and you've been doing that longer than, like you said, just now in these personal times. Like you've been doing that for over 2 years now,
right.
training here solely, and like you said, your workouts have just evolved into what kind of equipment and abilities you've had. So it's been pretty cool to watch you adapt and come up with new ideas, which is pretty awesome. Do you want to talk about your new storage unit that you built the other day? That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think I got about $10 in that thing.
It's
if that.
awesome.
Couple treated 2x4s, and I think it was 3 2x4s, regular 2x4s, and a couple treated. And then that rubber that's on there is just leftover rubber from the old floor that was in here.
It's
But
awesome.
It was nice to have a place to get those plates off the floor and get them out of the way.
And again, like we've kind of been like looking at that and thinking, what else can we do with that? And I think, you've done some things with 2x4s and a few screws that, can be, places that we hook up bands. You've, like you said, a step up box you were talking about the other day. Like it's so easy to make little plyo boxes at Home Depot. There's plenty of YouTube videos, showing you how to do that. So I think, again, like the power of a 2x4 and a box of screws and a power drill, like you can create a home gym
Have you seen these
out
guys
of wood.
that are making like rigs?
Yeah, it's
and
unbelievable.
racks out of 4x4s?
It's unbelievable.
They're crazy. It's
But
awesome.
But it's doable.
Yeah, no, it's insane. I mean, if you have that kind of creativity, you're in. You are in.
I love it.
Well, let's do a quick tour real quick. I don't know the easiest way to start this. We
think-
can.
Talk about the surface and everything first.
Yeah. So if you take a look at the floor, this black rubber that I had, the black rubber was all over the floor, and all that was Amazon. It was I think I paid $200 a roll for it, and they were
Yeah.
12-foot rolls.
You can also get those horse mats.
Horse mats are
You
awesome.
talked
Those
about
are
getting
the
those
best,
horse
probably,
mats also.
The textured floor, I'll let you talk about Erin. You guys, I met her through you guys. So
Yeah, I
that
think
was-
it's all about relationships. I think, you've had equipment donated in this facility, like not donated, but just gifted, I guess you could say,
yeah.
because of your relationships and being a nice guy. And shout out to Ecor Athletics, and their flooring is, you know, the best in the business. We had an opportunity to get some floor for our home gym through Aaron Latta with Ecor, so it's awesome. So this is tiles actually. It's not a smooth surface. You know, doesn't come out in rolls or anything like that. We put this together with tiles
Yeah,
and
they're interlocking.
a little X-Acto knife, but then it looks together, and then
We laid this really quick. It
Very-
was like 2.5, 3 hours.
very quick. And then this is kind of the fancy section, but Don has 10 yards of turf in his garage. It's pretty epic. You need to check out the video. But shoot, even our wives have enjoyed being able to have a little bit of like an active area to lunge, and for no reason do you have to have this, but they definitely get excited about doing exercises on the turf just because it feels a little cooler. But yeah, that's awesome. You can definitely find turf on resale markets too, and things like that too.
Absolutely. So if you look over here by the door, we've got a weighted sled that we slide up and down this turf. I've used it out in the street. I don't have the rubber guards on it, so I don't like taking it out on the road too much. It tears the road up a little bit, but this turf is perfect for it.
It's awesome.
So you just have to take a couple more trips than you normally would up and down. But
That was an early piece.
that was a really early piece that I put in here, really. I had that. I think I got that at the same time I got that old Rogue rack.
Over 2 years ago now.
Yeah. Got the concept rower there. That is awesome. Pretty inexpensive, too.
Total body.
Yeah, total body workout. That was in my whole hybrid mindset, but
For sure.
still works
It's
out.
a good. I think a rower, if you can afford it, and if you're looking for a home cardiovascular piece of equipment, I think the rower is fantastic because, like you said, it's legs, it's upper body,
For sure.
it's the whole deal, and it's also easy to store. You know,
sure.
you can break them down, you can stand them up, you can slide. I mean, they're very lightweight. I think it's an awesome piece. Obviously, CrossFit's been using them for a long time, but that might be the best home gym piece of cardio equipment that you could probably
I agree.
buy if you needed to add something to your arsenal.
I agree. Don't forget about a road bike either.
Very true.
Road bike.
Very true.
But battle rope over there next to the sled. I got that and those step up blocks at a little gym closeout sale. The little I can't remember the name.
Yeah, it was
of
a little
that
going out of
place.
business
Yeah, it
sale
was
you
like a
just
going
saw
out
on
of
Facebook.
business, and she was selling everything in the building, so I picked them up pretty cheap. You can also do that. I mean, look around online. You can find that stuff all over the place.
I think those step boxes are very underrated. They've been around for generations, from
Absolutely.
jazzercise to Zumba classes to everything. But if you look on online, you know, Barry's Boot Camp type of workouts, you know, you can do a whole bunch of different, you know, garage gym workouts with just a step box, cardiovascular to strength training. Also, you can use it as a bench if you don't have the funds to use it as a bench. So that's an awesome piece of equipment.
Yeah.
If you can just find a little cheap
Very versatile.
cheap stepper, those are awesome.
Next, there's a little stack of them tiles there that we were just talking about. And there's a couple extra tiles that we got there, so you can see what those look like. But got a Rogue sandbag there, slam ball. The sandbag is very good too. That's a very good versatile piece.
For
And
sure.
It's very cheap. I mean, you can put sand in it and do just about anything.
Very true.
It's very versatile. So, stability ball. The random dumbbells that we have here. We don't do a lot of dumbbell work here when we train here, but
You've collected those over time.
yeah,
I
I've
think.
collected those over time. I've bought a group of them off of Craigslist. Got some of them off of a friend of ours that was selling some equipment pretty cheap. Just collected them over time, really.
But
I still
again-
don't even have a full set.
But again, yeah, you never overpaid. I think that's a big thing that you and I talk about a lot of times is like people are trying to take advantage of people
Right.
at times like this, and you've literally just found all of your weights at times when
Yep.
they were available, and I think that's important. Don't go out and pay overpriced for any kind of exercise equipment. Make sure it's versatile and you can use it and you will use it,
Absolutely.
and don't overpay.
This little Sornex center mass ball here is a pretty good
Multi-use piece of equipment.
multi-use piece of thing to have in your garage. But moving over here to the bars. This is a little creation that we came up with. We were trying to figure out how to get all of, because I used to stand my bars up in the corner. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And we had to unbury one as we used it. Well, these little hooks that the bars are sitting in now are actually hooks that were mounted to this Smith machine.
How long have you had that Smith machine?
This was one of the first things I bought.
Ever?
Yeah, and I bought it off of a friend of mine for $500. That's how I got the dumbbells. So this
It's
Smith
unbelievable.
machine and these dumbbells, I bought it off a friend of mine who owns a construction company. It was in his warehouse. Him and his guys never used it, and I went there to pay an invoice for some work he did, and I saw it sitting in there. Asked him how much he wanted for it, and he said, $500, it's yours, and I'll deliver it to your house. I said, sold. And,
Yeah, that
this
you've
was
had
the first thing I bought.
you've had it for a long time, and
We
it,
still use
it's
the
a,
piss out of it.
and
too.
it's evolved too.
Yeah.
Like you said, you ripped off some pieces to create storage. I think that's
Yeah.
incredible, and that's why you haven't gotten rid of it. I think when you talk about the big monstrosity behind us, you started out with a Smith machine,
Yeah.
and don't knock it till you try it, because we've definitely done multi-use things on this one piece of equipment.
Absolutely. But this is just creativity, man. Going
For
back
sure.
to what we said earlier. It's just thinking outside the box. And, I mean, you could build this out of 2x4s.
Yep.
If you are actually, this would be like a 2x6 or a 2x10 or something. And you could actually cut the grooves in them yourself.
And then
Like
those hooks,
$8.
the hooks that you were talking about earlier, it's what I did at my house, was use dollar
Right.
hooks to create bar holders.
Right.
It's incredible.
We'll save the big dog for last, and I'll talk about some things that thing does. But
Talk about your fans. I'm pretty pumped up about those.
a fan.
I'm
No.
pretty pumped up about a gym fan.
Yeah, I
says
mean, I was too when I saw them online, and everybody that's going to watch this is like, "What's so special about these damn fans?" So, we're down by the water. We're in Wrightsville, North Carolina, Wrightsville Beach. It gets stupid hot in here in the summertime, and there's literally no air moving in here. So what I did last year was we had that little ground fan, and then I had a little stand-up oscillating fan, and it didn't do anything, like barely moved.
No air movement.
No. So I said, this year we're not sweating our ass off down here, and I got these 2 oscillating fans on Amazon for $50. So they oscillate and they spin. They go up and down and they oscillate. So it keeps air moving in here. There's one other thing that I'm going to talk about why these fans are so important, other than just keeping yourself cool. It's to protect your equipment, especially if you're anywhere near water or the coast or anything.
That
There's more
humidity.
salt and humidity in the air, so it keeps the rust off of your shit, and it keeps everything from getting that moldy grime on it. So the more air you can keep moving in your garage at all times, it'll protect your shit.
It's awesome. Pretty excited about those.
We use the Smith machine for just about every kind of body movement.
Yeah, every day.
Don't know how much longer I'm going to have this. I got a little thing coming, but we use the lat pull, which is what we're going to replace.
For
So
sure.
I'm waiting on an attachment for the big rig. It's a lat pull low row. So
But again, I think like you said, you've taken care of this for a long time, and I think that's why we've continued to use it.
oh yeah, this thing was a piece of crap when I bought it.
WD-40 and
Yeah,
just cleaning consistently.
it's
and-
worked.
Yeah.
It definitely ain't it ain't gonna be like a nice Gold's Gym, Smith machine lat pull, but it does the job.
Still does.
And it has a low row on it, which we never use that.
No.
But it does. It has the foot bar for low rows. But those mirrors over there, I think I talked about this on another podcast.
I think you did, but people haven't seen them. It has a little sentimental value.
If you've listened to what podcast was that?
It was talking about how you got started, how cleaning started with Avonin, and going all the way back
Well,
to
I
the
talked about
beginning.
these mirrors in that podcast, and these mirrors, even though that dog right there is just nothing short of amazing to me, but these mirrors right here are probably the most sentimental piece in this whole gym to me.
Every time we pick those up, you say, "Careful,
Yeah.
careful."
So those mirrors were in the bridal salon that Yvonne and I literally lived in when we started the whole restaurant thing. They were the sizing mirrors that was in the wedding salon. And what we used to do was we used to pose in them when we were competing.
Yep.
So we took them, when we got our first apartment, we took them to our apartment. And they were in our living room. And we used to practice posing in them. And they've literally moved I think 5 times with us now. So
Yeah.
they moved from one apartment to another one, or the wedding salon to our apartment. They moved from our apartment to another apartment here, from that apartment to our townhome, and then from our townhome to here.
Yeah, it would be totally different if you just put a whole bunch of mirrors on your wall
Oh yeah,
from Walmart. But those probably the most sentimental thing that you have
for sure.
down here.
And we still use them. I use them for form. I don't pose anymore, obviously. But,
Right.
You know, I use them for check form and stuff like that. But you can't have a gym without having mirrors in it, man. Come
No
on.
doubt. And you can get a cheap mirror at Walmart if you don't have something nice like this. I mean, in a mirror can be looking for aesthetics, but then a mirror can also be, like you said, for proper form, which I think is important.
Absolutely. Then we got the little utility shelf. I replaced a plastic shelf. You know, it's laying over there all busted up. But just over the last couple of years, those plastic shelves, they get loaded down, they break. So I wanted to build a little plate storage area underneath of it. I use totes to keep everything, you know, hidden and safe from the weather. I just used all of my knee sleeves and stuff like that, so they're a little wet right now, so I got them airing out. But, you know, when we're done, I'll put them in them totes, and it keeps them from getting mold on them. Just keeps them protected, and those are 80-cent totes from Walmart. I mean, nothing special. Sonos speaker for the music. I need to get a dimmer box. Bert, I need a dimmer box.
Shout out to Duncan.
Yeah. Duncan. That's, yeah. Got a deadlift bar, or a deadlift jack there. That was a Christmas present.
Yeah, but again, that came a long time ago. That was when you just had
Right.
some plates and a barbell, and you didn't have it. It didn't barely even had a rack at that time.
Yeah, when we were
And-
deadlifting back there, we were the jack.
Correct.
We had to lift one end up.
So that was the reason you went to that, because it was an inexpensive way to
Yep.
make your home gym lifestyle a little bit better.
So everything else sitting over here is an attachment to this Sorinex rig, and you know we'll save the best for last. You know, this Sorinex rig, people are always in awe when they see this thing, and yeah, for garage gym this is extreme. But you know, some guys buy fancy cars, they buy fancy guns,
Watches.
watches.
You're not that guy.
I'm not that dude. I wanted a rig, and so I invested a pretty penny in this thing, but I've already gotten my money's worth out of this thing. I mean, it's I use the hell out of it. It's got a cable pulley on both sides. It's got the adjustable jammer arms. It's got just about everything. Weight pegs, but the attachment here is the J squat laying on the floor here. We just use that.
Yep.
Kind of mimics a pit shark. If you're out there and you know what a pit shark is, that's exactly what it mimics. The landmine laying on the floor there, it goes on the bottom of the rig, so you can do any type of pull. You just slide a barbell in there and do any type of pull. There's a T-bar handle there that we use with that. Glute ham roller.
Great piece.
Awesome.
Very
Inexpensive. Too.
Yeah, talking about multi-purpose things that are probably still available online, but very underrated. You can lunge with that. You can do core work with that. You can do hamstring work with that.
Absolutely.
Push-ups. It's just
I don't even remember how much that thing was. Wasn't it like $50?
under
$60?
under $100.
Very, very inexpensive. The little U-handles there are the handles that go on the jammer arms. And these jammer arms, they adjust up and down. And what they really do is they really mimic any kind of plate-loaded machine that you can think of.
Yep.
Incline chest pressing, decline chest pressing, rows, deadlifts.
Sky's the limit on those.
Yeah, I mean, you name it, you can do them with those jammer arms. There's pull-up handles on it. They do a really nice job with these rigs.
Yep, this is awesome.
Um,
But again, this was down the road. You haven't had it maybe a year now, a little over a year.
I think it's actually going on 2 years, ain't it?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, it's almost 2 years. This summer will be 2 years.
Yeah.
'Cause 2 hurricanes. It's lived through 2 hurricanes.
Very true.
But while we're on the topic of Sorinex's rigs, let's shout this out real quick.
Pretty
because,
awesome.
If you know anything about those guys at Sorinex, they are number one amazing human beings. But you know, with all of the shit that's going on in the world right now, and everybody trying to find home gym equipment, they made a move that like I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah, it says a lot. You are getting goosebumps right now.
But I'm like, these guys are just nothing short of amazing. So they came out with they're calling it an off-grid rack.
Right.
And really, it's really multifunctional. You can put this thing outside.
Yeah.
You can screw it to the wall in your garage.
Bert had it on trees.
Yeah, you can do anything with this thing. $349 plus, I think it was $99 shipping right to your garage.
It's unbelievable.
So it has the function of anything, I mean, short of the cables. But if you just get like a regular squat rack, that's exactly what this is.
Yep.
It's 2 pieces of metal. Sounds pretty simple. But when you see this thing, I encourage you to go on their website and look at this thing. It's $349. Very affordable. Anybody can afford one of these and just screw it right to the wall in your garage, and you have a fully functional rack. Even after this is over, it's fucking cool to have.
Yeah. I mean, and multi-use, multi-purpose rack. It's not just a
Yeah, I mean, you
a
can
rack.
still, they put the holes in it so you can still use some of their attachments on it. You can slide a barbell on the top, and it mimics a pull-up bar.
It's awesome.
I mean, it's got all of the wedges in it for, you know, a regular rack, squat rack. It's awesome. Unbelievably awesome.
And then all those proceeds are going to COVID relief efforts.
Yeah,
So
they're giving all the profits away, which is awesome.
shout out to those guys. Yeah.
What else we got in here? A couple benches. You know, I got a little branded headrest there on the bench when I ordered it. I kind of went a little above what you need to do with it when you order a rack, but it's cool. It's branded. And then, like I said, I'm waiting on a lat pull low row attachment that'll be anchored to the side of this, and it'll actually replace this thing. So I don't know what I'm going to get next after we get rid of the Smith machine.
The Smith machine will go to a good home. That's a great piece.
Yeah.
Can't knock it.
And I think that's it. I mean, I got a collection of just different bands and stuff. Bands are your friend in a garage gym. Very, very versatile. What else we got?
That's about it. And I think it's just a testament to, yeah, you didn't do this overnight. And you know,
No,
I get
absolutely not.
a lot of people message me and say, "Man, Don's gym is so cool." But you know, when I think back to that video that we sent this morning, I'm like, yeah, you guys don't remember, like, we painted the walls one Saturday afternoon just because we're like, oh, that's a cool upgrade. Let's make it gray.
This is 4 years in the making.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So it's evolved.
come a
over
long
4
way.
years.
But just so happens that right now, everybody wishes that they had this kind of setup,
Sure.
but you didn't just snap your fingers and build it. So, shout out to Don. It's pretty cool spot, but definitely put a lot of like blood, sweat, and tears into making what it is.
I think the way I want to wrap this show up is talk about the intimacy part of that, part of having a home gym. And what I mean is, you know, people say or give me shit for not going to the gym anymore to be around people. I've mentioned this a few times, and I keep purposely bringing this up. It's not because I don't want to be around people. It really isn't. It's actually quite the opposite. You know, yeah, I've spent a lot of money in this gym, and I'll admit that. But it ain't about the money, and it ain't about what I've spent. It's about the experiences that we've had down here. How many Squattovers have we done down here now?
Three.
So we've done 3 Squattovers down here. Just seeing different people hit different PRs down here. It's the experiences and the people. You know, the other day, and I follow these guys a lot. I don't know, John Hager online. He's a power lifter from Jacksonville.
Right.
And they have a strength, like a strongman setup in his garage. So they do very similar stuff than what we do. And his setup is very, very inexpensive, but it looks very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Atlas stones. They've got everything. But you can see by following them, it's the culture and the fellowship that they have in those garage gym workouts.
Right.
That's what makes this what it is, man.
Yep.
It really does. It ain't to show off for videos on Instagram. That I could give really 2 shits less about. I don't really care. But, you know, when we have group trainings down here and me and you guys are down here training, that's what it's about, man.
No headphones.
Even after all this is over, that's what it's about.
No headphones, just
No headphones.
fellowship and memories.
Yeah.
It's good.
We shoot the shit and have a good time. So that's the one thing I would tell you to keep in mind at home if you're building one of these, even after this is over and you're going to continue to use it, is make sure that you take those experiences and make them mean something, because that's what having a gym at your house is about to me.
Yeah, I think you know, I have a smaller version of this at my house, and you know, like you said, when you train with Yvonne one-on-one, when I train with Alexis one-on-one, like, you know, it's about those memories, and you might not do that if we went to, you know, commercial gyms. I think if you're going to spend an hour in a day exercising, isn't it awesome to do it with your spouse and be able to do it at the convenience of your home? And I think that's been huge. I think it's been
Sure.
big time for my relationship. I know it has been for you and Yvonne.
All right. Well, I think that kind of wraps it up. Any questions? Hit me up on Instagram. Shoot me an email.
Go
Need
check
help with
out Garage Gym Reviews on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good site.
Really good guy. He's got a lot of good ideas, and we've definitely stole some things from him too. So a lot of good people on YouTube.
All right, guys. Until next time. Well, there you have it. That's our 2 cents, and that's our clean truth. For more information on Clean Eats, visit www.cleaneats.com. To find Yvonne and I on social media, on Instagram, I'm Don_Verity, Varady. To find Yvonne, it's just Yvonne Verity, all lowercase. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.